34. I know I'm going a little out of order, but I'm sorry. Okay, Proposition 34 seeks to end the death penalty in California and replace it with life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. Not getting out when you're 70, not getting out when you're 85, life without the possibility of parole. Now, what's very interesting about this bill are its supporters, its activists, including retired District Attorney Gil Garcetti, who no one would ever say is soft on crime, was actually prosecuted a number of death penalty cases himself. The retired warden of San Quentin Prison, and also two of the guys who wrote the bill in 1972 to put the death penalty back in California, and who have changed their minds. And why have they changed their minds? The death penalty, there is no evidence that shows that the death penalty works as a deterrent. It's costing the state millions of dollars that we don't have. The kind of steps that need to be taken with a death penalty case in terms of appeals and having special trained lawyers and folks to work on those is very expensive. We have executed very few people. We have a lot of people who die in prison far before we get to execution. These prisoners are kept in single cells. They need a lot more supervision, and they don't work, and they don't repay any restitution to their victims. There's also a large victims group that's supporting this as well, because one of the things that goes on with a death penalty case is that basically it's never done. So if you are a family member of a victim, you are living this every day, all the time. There is no closure. So there's that issue. In the United States, there are, I think it's over 100 cases of wrongfully executed prisoners. And, you know, I know that we want justice to be served, but, you know, at what cost? So there is that issue too. But what they want to do with this is save a lot of money, save $100 million or more a year. So it's a lot of money. Build less prisons. And use the money that they're saving to solve more homicides and more rape cases. The way that it works with homicides and rapes and those kinds of crimes is that if you don't solve that case within the first several days, week, couple weeks, you're probably not going to solve it. If you don't have the manpower to get on it right away, it doesn't happen. And law enforcement argues that if we're solving those cases, that's a deterrent. If we're catching you, that's a deterrent. We want to do that. So that's the law enforcement argument on this case. There are people who are still arguing against it. They want to keep the death penalty. They feel that it is justice. They feel that it is a deterrent. And some of those folks include former Governor Pete Wilson, and let me see if there's anybody else. California Republican Party, some district attorneys, so San Bernardino County District Attorney, Sacramento County District Attorney. So you have law enforcement that goes on both sides of that. Okay, so does that cover that fairly well for you?